Marcella Johnson, the United Workers' Party UWP candidate for Gros Islet, has sharply criticized the Philip J. P. administration's tax policies, labeling them burdensome for ordinary citizens grappling with a high cost of living. Johnson specifically targeted the Health and Security Levy, arguing it places undue financial strain on residents. At a recent UWP press conference, Johnson also asserted that St. Lucians are overpaying for fuel despite a drop in global market prices, claiming the government is collecting excessive revenue from sales. She accuses the administration of lacking foresight.
Ever since 2021, St. Lucians have been crushed with the weight of inflation due to some extent by the domestic policies of this government. The Health and Security Levy, which is indeed a very oppressive tax, and the high fuel prices imposed on the backs of the people, even at a time when international prices of the fuel have been reducing to an all-time low at $60 per barrel. The government is using the low international price of fuel to accumulate revenue, whilst you, the people in this country, are struggling to make ends meet and cannot eat properly.
Johnson further categorized the Health and Security Levy as quote flawed, end quote. She accused the government of implementing insufficient measures to provide relief to residents, contending with inflation and the escalating cost of living.
Remember, the Prime Minister indicated that the Health and Security Levy would not affect food. Yet, we can see that the Prime Minister's predictions of the ill-conceived measure passed in the middle of an economic crisis was flawed.
Citing the Economic and Social Review, the opposition candidate pointed to the increasing rate of inflation and consumer price index. Johnson contended that public servants, even with recent wage increases, are struggling to make ends meet, a situation she argued is even more dire for the vulnerable.
For food and non-alcoholic beverages, over the 4-year period from 2021 to 2024, the statistics revealed an overall increase in the consumer price index of 8.2%. Yet again, above the civil servant salary increase of 6%. When food prices go up, it is the most vulnerable in our society who are affected the most. Food affects a large percentage of the single parent's household, especially single mothers with young children.
The Gros Islet hopeful proposed several measures to mitigate the cost of living, lowering bus fares by offering rebates to minibus drivers, temporarily suspending all taxes on food imports by private individuals, and increasing support for local farmers. Prime Minister Philip J. P. administrations last week announced the elimination of the 6.5 service charge on all price-controlled goods effective June 1st. This measure is intended to directly benefit the most vulnerable citizens by reducing the cost of essential items. Concurrently, tax relief measures continue, including the exemption of all pension income from taxation and the extension of a tax amnesty program until May 2026, allowing individuals and businesses to settle arrears without penalty. In keeping with the 2025 budget, the price of fuel at the pumps has been capped at $16 as of April 29th, 2025. Gina Philippi, HTS News Force.